Welcome back, friends and fellow car mechanics, to Car Mechanic Simulator episode number 29. In the previous episode, we got to work on this Bolt cargo van, which is a story order. But unfortunately, I had to end that video early as I had to go to work. When I got home from work, I noticed a comment on the video that was uploaded yesterday. Today is April 3rd, 2024, and I actually wanted to discuss the comment that was left on the video, as it's been the only comment that I've gotten so far that could really give me anything to truly talk about within the game. But first, we have parts undiscovered on this van, so we're going to lower it. We're going to put coolant and oil in it, and we're going to take it over to the test path. Now, I do not have a timer going for this episode because I do not know how long this episode is going to take to discuss what needs to be discussed. So, I have a feeling that the majority of the parts left that are undiscovered are rubber bushings. That's why we're going to take this over to the test path. And then once we finish this, I think we'll start working on our Hellcat. Engine can't be started. Did I forget to put the starter in it? No, I didn't forget to put the starter in it. Fuel pump is one of the parts. Okay, quick fix. And we just leveled up. Okay. We should be all good to go now. That might help. I apologize to my viewers. My mind hasn't been on the game. I mean, it has, but it hasn't. So, let's try this again with the test path. Okay, yeah, a lot of rubber bushings. Which means we're going to have to take the front suspension apart. Okay, with that being said, the comment that I had received was a question from a viewer, or maybe even a subscriber, I'm not sure, about whether or not I play in normal mode. And to answer that question simply, yes, I do. As I explained to the viewer when I answered their comment, I play in normal mode because I intend for this gameplay to be kind of educational for people who are new to mechanics or want to learn the basics. This game by no means is going to fully educate you on how to be a mechanic. As sad as that is to say. But I wanted to dive a little deeper because the viewer said that they played in normal mode as well and asked me if that was okay. And yes, to anybody who picks up this game to play, it is more than fine if you want to play this game in normal mode. You don't have to play it in expert. You don't have to play it in easy mode. You can play it in sandbox mode, which we'll dive into each mode separately. There is no shame to using whatever mode you feel comfortable using. Now, before I could make this video, I had to go and delete one of my save files, which is no big deal. It was a sandbox mode that I had, and I only had 3 hours in the file. So, that being said, the reason I needed to delete that file was so I could start a new file and see exactly what the difference was between easy and normal. When you start a save game, it'll ask you, do you want to play an easy, normal, hard, or sandbox? But it also said that in easy mode, you will get all parts discovered for you. That I knew. What I didn't know was that it's also said that you start off with extra money in easy mode. So when it said you start with extra money to do quote unquote some research for this discussion video, I had to jump in to an easy mode file to find out. And when the game says you start off with extra money, you do. In normal mode, you start off with 4,000 credits. Just enough to get you started, be able to pay for your repair parts, and build your money up. In easy mode, they start you out with 10 grand. Again, it's starting money in case, as a new player, you make a mistake and buy wrong parts. You have enough to cover what you actually need. But you also have every part discovered for you, and with the mechanics of this generation of car mechanic simulator, all you have to do is click on a highlighted part, and in my case, went to the wrong side, sorry. All I have to do on my Xbox controller is hit the button that looks like two windows, and that'll add a ghosted part or a part in my inventory to my shopping list, which I can then, as you guys have seen, go in to the store and with the click of another button, I bring up the shopping list and I hit the A button on my controller, and it'll bring me directly to the part that is first on my list. Then I can hit A again and choose however many of those parts that I need. Now, you can do that in easy mode, you can do that in normal mode, you can even do that in hard mode in sandbox. So that takes care of essentially the easy mode, because you have everything listed for you that you need. Now we move on to normal mode. And yes, as you guys have seen at the beginning, we did get lists of parts that were needed. But after a while, the only thing that ever shows up when it comes to parts that are needed is when you have timing repairs that need to be done, body repairs that need to be done, or filters. That is essentially the difference between normal mode and easy, is that after a while, the parts list of what you need disappears. Yes, you still have the outline of the parts when you highlight them, but to me, that's not something that is worth choosing a different level of difficulty in a game for. Like I said, I intend this to be an easy gameplay and educational for people new to the game. And then you move on to the hard mode. Whereas, is it hard? The difference between easy, normal, and hard is you don't get the highlighted parts. So you have to know what the parts are that you're looking for when you're taking a vehicle apart. You also need to know where the bolts are when you're taking a part off, so that if it's a part within the game that requires you to unscrew the part, you can do that. But in a way, I think the hard mode makes the game a little too easy to progress through, because for every part you inspect, every bolt you take out, or, well, every part you remove or replace, you're getting 2 XP points instead of 1. So, though it makes it a little trickier, I feel in some ways the hard mode actually makes the game easier to progress through. Simply because you have that mechanic where you're getting an extra skill point for everything that you do. Now, that's part of the reason why I choose to do my Let's Play in normal mode, so that I actually have to earn each experience point to get the levels up. But that's my choice. That's how I choose to do it. Just like I choose to play it and record it using a PC, which allows me to add mods to my game. Which some people might say, well, you're playing with a modded game, so you're not actually playing the game properly. That's their opinion. To me, I've played through the game without mods, I've gone through and I've done all 30 story order cars. And I've gone through, I think, at least twice doing all the story order cars. And after a while, just working on the same cars over and over, it gets boring. You finally say to yourself, you know what? I want something that's gonna actually give us a challenge. So that's when I decided to add mods to my game. That's when I started adding cars from the mod hub so that I could add a variety of cars. Kind of like this actually branded Nissan Skyline compared to the base game unbranded Ribson Starline. Then you got here the Lamborghini Huracan. It's a mod car. It's a branded Lamborghini. This is a Pagani. It's a DLC car. I paid for the DLC. That's a Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. It's a DLC car. I paid for that DLC. This, the Mitsubishi Eclipse, is a mod car. It's branded Mitsubishi, but they have a base game car that's similar to it. And then you have the DeLorean, again, mod car. It just, having the mod cars makes things more interesting. The Ferrari 458, it's a mod car. This one car won't start and needs body panels. It's a Ferrari. Just by doing it, it's probably going to pay out because of the body parts alone. So once you get to a point when you've played through the game and you want that change, you decide to add mod cars to your game if you're on the appropriate system. I've played this on PC, I've played it on console. Unfortunately, on console, you can't get the mod cars because there's no mod hub in the console version of the game. That the mods only come through Steam. But I have actually been rambling for the last couple of minutes. And I guess that's to be expected when you work nights and you don't get a lot of sleep. Back to really the basics of the game. Hard mode, it's really just normal mode where you get extra points every time you inspect something. But you also lose the convenience of having the parts outlined for you. So it really comes down to what you prefer. Do you want to play in hard mode where you get extra experience points? Do you want to play in normal mode where you're really earning every point that you get, and learn the names of different parts because you have the parts highlighted and it gives you the names? Or do you want to play in easy because you're a new player to the game and you don't know what the parts are? So you select easy and you go in and you start playing the game, and it helps you learn the name of parts. Once you feel comfortable, you can turn around and take what you've learned and create a new save file and go from, oh, we're going to have to do a timing belt on this Ferrari. Well, good thing it's a modular V8. It's just, it well and truly comes down to how you want to play your game. I have no shame in telling a viewer or even a subscriber that I play my game in normal mode. I find it relaxing to play in normal mode, and that's one of the reasons why I play the game, is for relaxation. That's the other thing you gotta take into consideration when you start playing a game. To the viewer who asked the question, I thank you for reaching out and asking how I play my game. It actually gives me something to discuss. I'll put it this way. I can't divulge the name of the franchise that I work for because it's part of how they want their employees to behave, is that they don't want us divulging who we work for without prior approval. But I go in, I work fast food. I bust my butt for 6 to 8 hours 4 days a week. I have to deal sometimes with irate customers who aren't happy when their food isn't brought out in a timely fashion. It happens. It's a negative of my industry. But I put on a happy face and I go about my business. I simply explain to the customer at the time that I'm sorry that their food took so long to get to them. And generally, they respect that and they go on in a better mood than before they got their meal. But at the same time, working in a fast food restaurant, it's stressful. Especially when you get people who come in and order 30 to 40 items without any prior warning. And while that's their prerogative, maybe they just got off of work and are heading home for a kid's birthday party or something, and they want to show up with food that was maybe requested of them. It does get a little frustrating to see an order like that pop up. But as fast food workers, we take the order, we work it as and when they come in. And unfortunately, sometimes that means a customer is going to get upset for having to wait so long. Downfall of working fast food is nobody wants to work it these days. So I like to come home and I like to jump on the game and use it kind of to decompress, in a manner of speaking, to relax. And that's great. For whatever reason you use the game, whether it's to relax and decompress after a frustrating day at work or school, or just because you enjoy playing the game, remember one fact. It's a game. Play it how you want to play it. And don't let anybody tell you different. It's your game that you paid for. Nobody can tell you how to play the game. Enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it. So, I hope my rambling about that in this video helps bring some relief, I guess, to people who are unsure how they should play the game. Because I, for one, am not going to tell somebody how to play their own game. I play my games the way I feel comfortable playing them. So, once again, to that viewer, thank you for your question. As a new content creator, I'm always struggling to find things to talk about in my videos. And by having just that one, hey, do you play it this way? I do. Is it okay that I do? Or, yes, it's absolutely fine that you play in a normal mode game rather than a hard mode. The biggest thing I want people who watch my channel to take out of this is don't let anybody tell you that you're playing your games wrong. Play them how you want to play them. Okay, so we've taken off car part 3. The left fender, the right fender, the hood, the left headlight, the left tail light, right body window, windshield. So the left door is the only thing left. Let's go see what we can fix. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's something else I like about mod cars as opposed to the base game cars. Once you've got yourself to the point where you've got all of the renovator skill tree done to where you can repair body panels, base game cars, you can't repair the headlights and tail lights. Not all mod cars allow you to, but some do. Like this 458. It's going to allow me to at least attempt to repair the headlight and tail lights. Let's see what happens. Oop, I missed it. Okay. So the only things we actually have to buy for this 458, we're going to go into our inventory now, is the right body window and the windshield. $650 for a body window, $950 for a windshield. But we're still going to get paid fairly well for this job. And the car gets to go back out with all the parts that came with it, rather than having new parts put on it. Nope, forgot to put the body window in. See, I've been so distracted thinking about how I wanted to discuss my viewers' questions that, well, $8,000. And see, we got paid 5,000 credits for the body work. And we maybe spent $2,500 between fixing the body panels and buying the 2 windows. And then we got a bonus payout of $2,629 for the job, and a task bonus of $852, with being able to get the car to start. We had another $196, so we'll take that $8,600. We got an RT Charger. Let's go ahead and take that because we haven't had a Charger in the shop yet. Now this is a mod car. I do have the Dodge DLC, but the Dodge DLC does not include the 1970 Dodge Charger. It includes 68, but it does not include the 69 or 70. So this is a mod car. Let's come into our inventory and let's get rid of our bad parts. Actually, I don't want to sell these piston rings and all that, because we have 2 base game Hyundai Tiburons that we can use those pistons to flip. We have 3 pistons there. Yeah, well, at this point. We're just going to set to sell anything below 49%. We have 127,000. Let's see what we can take off this Challenger and repair. Then we'll make a run to the junkyard and see what cars are there. Nope, that hood's no good. So we can actually only attempt to repair 3 parts. It denied me that last 1%. I kind of don't like it when the game does that, because it makes me feel like the game is laughing at me. Okay, so this is not a DLC. No, this might be a mod car. It's DLC. So let's check body tuning. No. There are no body tuning parts for this. So we'll come here. Well, I'm just going to buy the panels I know we need. I may have bought duplicates of the rear window, I'm unsure. No, I only bought one rear window. Now, the reason I wanted to go ahead and get this body done is because I want to get this car painted. Okay. Well, I can tell you this much, folks. It's more than likely going to need a whole new set of rims. So we're going to move this old girl to the paint shop. And we're going to go to factory colors. it's not going to give me the plum crazy purple. So it's going to make me have to Okay, here we go. Now we need our Hellcat. Oh, it doesn't give us a white one. Alright, I guess black it is. Oh, it shows up even better on the pearl. Yes, please. As you can see with the Hellcat, we have a lot of engine to build. And this is a pushrod V8. But if you remember correctly, when I introduced this car, I told you we paid 14 grand at the junkyard. With just the little work we've done to it, we can now sell it for $43,000 and make a profit of 29 grand on it. But we're not going to do that just yet. I will see you guys at the junkyard. Okay, friends, we're back in the junkyard. And we have a Chrysler Cordoba, that's a DLC car. We have a Nissan Skyline, 11 grand, that's not too bad. Should have got the perk for determining car value before we came, we did level up. Now, is this the Tempest Magnum or is this the Dodge Daytona? It's the Tempest Magnum. That's the base game car. A Supra with one heck of a wing on it. It's a wide body. They can keep it at 40 grand. I didn't pay 40 grand for the Pagani. Another Supra. But yet I can buy a 2020 for 11 grand. That might be on our list to take home with us. Audi RS6, wide body. Nope, this is the S3, so it's not a mod car, it's a base game car. We might have to take this one home with us too, because it's not too common you find a base game car in the junkyard with a wing on it. Now here we have a convertible Mustang. Shelby GT500 convertible for $7,000. Not bad. I'm gonna have to take that with us too. That's another track pack, but they want more than the one sitting just over there. This is a base game car. 7,500. Okay, so this is a mod truck. It's just an inline 6. 3,300 credits, maybe. That's a mod car. This is a DLC car. And heck, the motor looks fairly complete. How much did they want for it? Yeah. We don't want to spend all of our money. Ford Mustang, Cobra, 6,500. Ford Mustang stock car, 16 grand. And the motor's like non-existent. Base game, base game, base game. This is a Ribson Starline. Well, we got another Pagani. And at $43,000 they can keep it. Well, an Evo 10 for $2,800. Yeah, we're definitely going to buy that and send that to the garage. That was cheap. C8 Corvette, which is actually a base game car. Or DLC, but that came with the track pack. The track pack DLC. 18 grand, they can keep it. And here we have an S2000. AP1 APR Performance S2 GT wide body. 16 grand, and it's just a block. They can definitely keep that one. And then we have an FMW Panther, a fake BMW. This, I think, was 11. Yeah, we'll go ahead and send that to car parking. We'll pick this up as well. What they want for the Mustang? I'm out of space. Okay. I guess we'll have to buy another parking alley. I will see you back at the garage. Okay, friends, we're back. I have to do a little bit of shuffling around here. The cars aren't going to get done in the proper order in which they were taken. And I realized while we were coming back to the garage that there was the sandbox mode that I didn't discuss with you guys, so I'll discuss that quickly because it is basically very simple. In sandbox mode, you start the game, you select sandbox mode, you go in, you're automatically level, I think it's 35, which is what you need to be able to get all of the skill tree done and get all these garage tools and expansions, which actually are, if I remember correctly, already in green for you. So you come in, it'll say you're leveled 35 and your credits will be 999,999,999. And you can go to the junkyard and you can buy every car in the junkyard and your money will not change. it'll stay right at 999,999,999. That's sandbox mode. It's for the point in the game when you say, okay, I've experienced enough of it. Maybe when you finish the last story order car, and then you just want to restore cars. Jump over to sandbox mode and have at it. But with that, friends, I will leave you with the last look at the cars that we have sitting outside the shop. That is a big Easter egg for the Easter time. And the new banners I have on the shop. And yes, I am a big Dodge guy. With that, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, leave a comment, share this video, and if you're not yet subscribed, please take a second and hit that subscribe button, as it doesn't cost you anything and it really helps my small channel out. With that, I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, whenever you may be watching this. Thank you.